from Los Angeles, California. We are the Mad Scientist Party Hour.
What is up, friendaroonies? And welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name is Kevin Kraft. Once again, joined by a man who is forbidden by his religion to wear pants or underwear, and is also required to whack his boner off in front of all of us. That's Geoff Clark.
That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion.
And broadcasting to us from a Wales grundle, the bearded booger-eating barnacle known as Shuddy Boy.
Yo, brah, brah. That's me in the corner.
Nice.
I'm stroking my dick off.
Losing my religion. What an iconic song.
We're here to do a very special musical episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour.
We should sing the whole podcast one day.
I'm back in the New York groove.
Take me down to the Paradise City with Crust screaming on the It's so funny that you have so many of these drops of me singing, because I'm like really afraid of doing karaoke to the point where I've never done it before.
Really?
Yeah. I guess maybe I just need you guys there.
I have to be sauced up to get in, to be in the mood for karaoke.
You go straight to Vanilla Ice.
It's a very fine line, because it's like, no, I'm not going to do anything. No, I'm not going to do anything. To hit me, Ice Ice Baby, right fucking now. Like,
hit the lights.
Like, it's not a very the scale doesn't tip slowly. Like it stays pretty level, and then all of a sudden it's like I was made for the stage. Like
I need two things. A Cosmopolitan and Ice Ice Baby on the karaoke.
Yeah, I think karaoke it's like golf or cornhole. Like, it's just one of those things you can't do sober and shouldn't do sober.
Yeah. Well, here we go, gents. Grab your nuts and finger your butts. Another fucking episode. I mean, I got pointed out by Arts that this is a monumentous episode, I guess, because it's number 710 episodes, and that's, oil for the people that like their weed in crack form. And as somebody who can't even handle fucking weed in its flower form anymore.
I mean, you never could handle dabs to begin with.
Not really. Like, I had a pretty good weed tolerance in high school and college and afterwards, and somewhere around my late 20s, early 30s, it just caved on me. And I remember as a teenager, it was kind of like a crapshoot on whether you were getting swag, just stepped on weed that's 80% seeds, or just like actual buds. And I remember in my group of friends, there was this rumor that like there was a strain of weed that existed that was called One Hit Wonder. And if you just took one hit, you were fucking thrashed. And be like, oh man, I can't wait till we find that weed. And who knew? All you had to do was just wait until you're 30. And everything is one hit
wonder. It was never a crapshoot on if I was getting crap weed or good weed. It was always crap weed. I picked up an eighth for myself and another friend of the podcast one time at the same time from my guy, and then got a picture from our friend of the 48 seeds he pulled out of his eighth.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Dude, they're so I've told you guys this over the years, but they're so spoiled with weed out here that they look at like seeds as like it's like a good luck charm if you find a seed in your weed. And I was like, what?
Well, I mean, listen, I've gotten so spoiled with having my med card that when I get a chunky stem in an eighth, I like lose my mind. I'm like, what the fuck? This
I'm
is
I'm gonna
not what I
weigh
paid
this and
for.
see how much of my eighth it took up.
Fucking yeah, charge them or call back and ask for a
But
refund.
at the same time, I'm paying less for an eighth of good weed now than I did for crap weed 15 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I remember sometimes, depending on how dry the town was, I would say eighths of like kind bud, good shit, was like $65, and that was pretty
Yeah,
standard.
50, $60. I was paying $20 an eighth for swag. The dispensary I go to now, I get an eighth for $15.
Damn.
Man, just the word swag makes me taste it in my mouth, and it tastes like you're just fucking smoking dingleberries. It's so nasty.
Or when a seed made it into the bowl and it popped while you were smoking.
Oh yeah, that's a party foul right
I
there.
Yeah, I just get probably like 15 grams at a time. It's usually like 11 or $12 a gram. If you want to get rec weed though, like good rec weed, it's probably with after taxes $60 an eighth, which is
Yeah,
essentially the same as when I was just graduated college. Like I don't know, whatever, 17 years ago at this point.
it
Getting
blows, but
fucking old.
it's still kind of worth it to just like not have to deal with the annoyance of like calling around, making sure your schedule lines up with the guy who's going to sell it to you, and then you got to go meet in like a fucking 7-Eleven parking lot. And you're like, oh man, I hope I don't fucking get pinched doing this.
So I was never really worried about getting pinched. My problem was my guy. He was super nice, super easy to work with, except I don't know what kind of time he told because he was the type that he'd be like, yeah, I'm on my way. I'll be there in 2 minutes, and I'm still sitting there a half hour later.
Oh,
Like his drug dealer time was real skewed, and then he'd usually get in the car after being substantially late, and then ask me for a ride somewhere.
that sucks. I thought you were going to say he was like a chatty Cathy, like a
Yeah, that's
like
what I
a
thought that was going.
like a Saul
No,
Silver in
no,
Pineapple Express.
no, he wasn't. I really liked him. Like I really did. He was a good dude. But yeah, he absolutely would be 20 to 30 minutes late.
Or
And
the
I'd
dealer
be
that would be
oh
like, "Hey, how about you fucking pack up a bowl and smoke me up for for my troubles?" It's like I thought paying you was for your troubles. I
I
thought
just charged
that.
me an extra $3.
Yeah. What's the tax to just make you go away quicker?
I never really had those problems because I started smoking weed after I got into college. And I guess I might be just luckier with that stuff, but I got all my weed through like coworkers that at my restaurant jobs. So they just bring it into work for me. Never had to worry about that.
Yeah.
And then moving out here, obviously, I've never worried about that.
Yeah. It's pretty nice. The taxes suck, but in the grand scheme of things, if you showed me this option when I was 14, I'd be like, "Pfft, yeah, bring it on."
Oh, for sure.
You could go into a
Yeah,
store and like sniff all the different strains.
the biggest issues that I have nowadays are just when the illegal spot that I goes to gets rolled on. I go to the parking lot, the fucking front's boarded up, and then someone will just randomly drive up to me and then give me a flyer to the new location, which is really fucking sketchy. And it's just like it's awesome, but it's sketchy. Like I'll get up to the front door, it's locked. I'll turn around and there'll be a lady like standing there with a flyer. It's like who appeared out of like thin air. Like what the fuck? Like it's our new location. It's like all right, cool.
The password is I want to buy some weed.
Yeah, I think their most recent location, which I've told to a few of the local Puminati, I feel like it's hidden pretty well, and it's gonna stand the test of time. So be open for longer than a year.
Yeah.
We'll see though. But
Well,
dude, I was randomly thinking about, well, not randomly, but uh, California weed strength came up in a conversation I had recently, and I realized I haven't done a dab in maybe 7, 8 years. Actually, it probably hasn't been that long since I've seen arts, but you get what I'm saying. I haven't done one in a while.
yeah.
Kevin, do you even still have your dab rig?
No, no. And I had like a really, really old school kind of like bitch ass one. I think it was like all glass.
Oh, the first generation dab rig.
Yeah, because it didn't have a nail or anything. It was literally all glass, and you would put the wax in there, and then I think it had like a glass poker, and you would heat that thing up and then just like squish it. But yeah, I that was dabbing came out around the time when I started losing my tolerance, and I was just like, God damn it, where was all this shit when I could actually like enjoy myself and still hang? But no, it's fine, whatever. I'm glad the kids got it. It doesn't even seem to be all that popular anymore. Like, do people like? I don't even think Arts was telling me he doesn't even like do dabs anymore. Do people still fuck with that stuff?
I mean, they still sell concentrate at the dispensaries here as medical,
Yeah, I
so
guess so.
they've got to be doing something with it.
I mean, I remember like 7 or 8 years ago seeing videos on social media of people holding like big gooey fucking dripping dabs that look like a fruit by the foot, and they would just like slowly dunk the whole thing and take it in one hit.
Yeah, but that I think it's a victim of everybody's doing it now.
Those people have all died of popcorn lung.
I think it's not everybody has not every. I mean, obviously you guys don't do, but I think that it's just so common now that it's not that big of a deal.
It's not a flex. It's not, hey, check
And
out what I'm doing.
it's also not in your wacky pervert algorithm anymore either.
That's true.
So it could just be that you're a much bigger pervert now, so that stuff doesn't come across your feed.
Yeah, my algorithms are all just strictly like boobies and punani. It's like, oh my god. I do have other interests.
Yeah.
Fucking AI overlords. What the hell?
Yeah, that's my algorithm nowadays too. Dude, my prime for weed was probably the first few years I was out here. I don't know of anyone that are out in California. I don't know of anyone that really does dabs anymore. I would assume Arts would still be doing it, and you're saying he doesn't, so.
Which is crazy to me because when Arts was at the point where he couldn't get stoned if it wasn't a monster dab. So what the fuck is he doing?
Well, when I worked at Weed Maps, dude, I knew a few guys that spent $100 a day on like whatever dab oil.
That's too much. That's one of those things
Yeah,
where it's
dude.
like when like anybody who wants to dunk on me for being a one-hit wonder, it's like, dude, think of the money I'm saving. Would you rather like get high off of one hit or have to do a fucking $100 dab just to feel anything? Gotta fucking slam my dick in the toilet seat just to feel sensation. I don't want to be that
I
guy.
like where I'm at right now in that sense. I'll work on a bowl for like an hour.
Yeah. Well,
I like
I mean,
it.
shit. We're getting old. This is our 710th fucking episode. Mark Maron is quitting. We're gonna outlast Mark Maron.
Yeah, dude,
Mark
he's
Maron's really
doing
quitting?
movies now. When the fuck is our movie? Well, Kevin, you're working on your movie career. Me and Shuddy appeared in it, but
Yeah.
we hopefully we follow in the steps of Mark Maron. At least
Yeah.
you do.
We'll
Kevin.
see. We'll see. He is in that
Wait,
that new Apple show, the Owen Wilson stick that Dustin's in. Carl and I started.
Really?
We've watched a couple episodes. We haven't gotten any Dustin appearances yet, but yeah, Dustin is in Stick on Apple.
That's all fucking cool. I was thinking about watching it because I'm into golf. Owen Wilson's pretty cool, but I was ultimately deciding against it. Now I'm back in. Now that it's a Dustin. Now that they employed Dustin.
Yeah, I think maybe the last or the second to last time he was on the show, he was actually in Canada shooting it, but he wasn't allowed to talk about it yet. So he was like zoomed into the show from his hotel room. But Shuddy Boy, you mentioned that you wanted to kick the show off with a little something something. So let's fucking do it, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for today's Random Brain Question.
What do you guys want to be called when/if you are ever a grandfather?
We got some Draven news.
No. Okay. No.
Not so random, is it?
It is random. And it's going to lead to some jokes against me for various reasons the further we get into this. So I got a Friday the 13th tattoo on Friday.
Okay.
Like a flash tattoo. And Michaela got a kitten a few months ago who's a complete demon. And since my tattoo is of a fucking monster cat, I don't know if the cat...
Yeah, let's see those gams, Shuddy.
You got a big pussy on your leg?
Right here.
Does
He's
it
like
match?
snarling.
Does it match the monster pussy between your legs?
Fuck you. And I made a joke that it was a portrait of the demon cat. Which, since Michaela's one of the children, would technically make him one of the grandchildren. And I was that's
You're
where
a grandpa to a cat?
I'm theoretically, but then I also got to thinking that the kids range from 27 to 22. Any given day, I am 9 months away from being a grandfather.
Man, that sucks.
Like,
See, that's
Was
why
this
I'm
a high thought? Were you taking bong rips when you thought of that? Like, oh my god, I could be a grandfather.
I was hitting the bubbler. So yeah, that's how I got there to writing down this RBQ.
I mean, I'm going to have my grandkids call me Brad Pitt.
I kind of like. I'm one of the few people that didn't have a nickname for his grandparents, grandma or grandfather growing up.
So what did you call them? Grandma and grandpa?
Yeah.
That's what I called mine too. But Draven and Bradley have always called my parents Papa, like my dad Pop and my mom Grandma.
I like Pop Pop. I thought that was only on Arrested Development, but I like Pop Pop.
My grandpa on my dad's side of the family was Pop. We just called him Pop. And
at 44, I don't want to be called Pop.
Just go with Pop. What about Popeye?
I like my grandkids to call me Big Daddy and my lady Big Mama. I don't know. Maybe something comes up better by the time if I ever have grandchildren.
I want you guys to call me Big Dick Jeffy Cakes. Or Dookie Boy
I
the
know you
Cocksucker.
guys are at least 16 to 17 years away from this at minimum.
I would say there's probably a very good chance that I die without ever becoming a grandpa.
It's not trending well for me seeing grandkids either, but you never know. You never know.
Yeah, I don't know. I would probably just be the boring. I don't need like a fancy title. Like I had out of my 4 grandparents, only one of them was just grandpa. My dad's dad was Pop. My dad's mom is Mimi. My mom's mom is Nana, and my mom's dad was Grandpa. So I didn't really have any fancy names. Sometimes they go like the the Willy Wonka route, and they just throw the first name at the end. You know, like Grandpa Geoff, Grandpa Kevin, Grandpa Shuddy,
We had
Grandma Josephine.
actually, my last living grandma we call Grandma Joyce. She's my mom's stepmom.
She's the one that got trapped in Facebook and needed your help, right?
Yeah, that's Grandma Joyce. Exactly. She's still stuck there.
Hey, Geoff, it's me, Grandma Joyce. I'm a potato. Help.
She's still just floating in Facebook land, like just trapped, like the fucking this Get Out sunken place. Just Grandma floating, Grandma Joyce. And then I had on my father's side, my great grandmother lived until she was like 94, and we called her Grandma Shep.
Grandma Shep, like the Three Stooges.
I guess I think it's, you know what, and I don't want to go far down this road, but I have no one to talk to about this, but I don't know what the Shep is short for. I don't know, and I guess I'll never know.
What was her name?
I guess it was Shemp.
I don't think it was Shepherd. Like, her first name, I don't believe was Shepherd. I believe.
What was her last name or her maiden name?
Could be.
Well, my cousins on their dad's side, who I don't have any blood relation with, his grandma or mom, they called Grandma Lover.
What?
Yeah. So, like, I feel like sometimes nicknames sneak in. Obviously, her name was not Lover. But yeah, it was Grandma Lover.
That's like what you'd call your homie who bangs 50-year-olds.
I think I'm subscribed to that guy on YouPorn. Grandma
I would
Lover.
I would check out a Pornhub account called Grandma Lover.
Man. Well, I actually had. Go ahead, Shuddy.
I've been leaning towards Pop, but I didn't know if that was too boring. So I wanted to know what you guys had in the chamber.
No, I had a Grandpa Pop.
You know what? The more I think about it, I want you to call. I want my grandchildren to call me Mr. Grandpa.
Oh, that's sick.
That is.
Actually, guys, quick update. I've been knighted. I'm now Sir Grandpa.
Actually, I went to medical school. You call me Dr. Grandpa now.
Actually, big news. You guys can now call me Grandma.
Playing bocce ball with all the other grandmas. They're mad about it, but I keep winning.
I'm beating all their asses in bridge. This is awesome.
These bitches can't compete with me in croquet.
Just wait till I fucking start practicing mahjong. I'm gonna fuck you old hags up. I actually had a random brain question as well, Shuddy.
Oh, double dose.
Yeah.
On fire.
So, would you guys rather be a pirate, a samurai, or a cowboy? And I specifically excluded ninja because I felt like ninja would be too easy of a... I want to be the ninja.
Yeah, everyone would be a ninja. Oh, wait, do we all get we can pick whatever, or do we got to draft it? What's the draft order?
No.
I would hate to be settled with cowboy.
You get to just pick.
I guess cowboy. I guess I'll take cowboy because it keeps me in America. I don't have to go to fucking Norway or Japan.
Well, that's a Viking.
Wait. What were the options? I thought it was Viking, cowboy, samurai.
Pirate.
Oh, yeah. Where are pirates from?
All over. But mainly the ocean.
Well, yeah. But I feel like, is there like a country known for their piracy?
Modern day, I would say Somalian, but for the sake of this conversation, we're talking like, pirate,
like
Blackbeard.
Blackbeard, like Caribbean pirates.
Yeah.
Caribbean,
you'd have to keep going, yar! Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
Even though I've had both my grandparents or grandfathers and my father were in the Navy. I'm not really a water guy. I'm not trying to be on the water.
I'm not
So
either.
that rules me out of piracy. Samurai's awesome, but I don't want to learn Japanese. I'll just, yeah, I think I'll stick with cowboy.
I mean, you could just be Tom Cruise in The Last Samurai. Just be a fucking cracker. You get the
That's like
sword and
one
the
of
armor.
that's like one of the few Tom Cruise movies that I haven't seen. I
Oh, dude,
actually
it's
think I've
fucking
seen it, but
sick.
it's been forever, and
It's
I don't remember.
awesome.
I remember not being that impressed.
Oh, damn. I love that movie.
I mean, maybe I should rewatch it.
You should.
I could be wrong. I'm not.
I'd be curious about a
Is
modern
it?
day Last Samurai dick sucking.
Is it streaming anywhere?
I'm looking that up right now because I haven't seen it in a long time either, so we could do it as homework.
It could be a what the fuck did I just watch next month or this month or whatever. Let's combine.
I watched
What
it somewhat
what
recently.
what
Wait
does Ron Tomato say about The Last Samurai? Did he letterbox it?
Uh, Tomas gave it 2.5 dicks. That's pretty. That's pretty. That's
T
pretty
Dog
stiff.
McDrugs?
Yeah. Stevie B gave it a 5 dicker. I gave it 4.5, and it's sitting at a 3.7.
IMDb has it at 7.8 out of 10.
Damn.
It's a long ass movie though. It's like 2.5 hours. I don't know. Like I feel like the obvious choice for me because I love samurai movies and going to Japan, being a samurai, but they're a little rigid. You know, they're a little stiff. There's not much silliness in the world of samurai. You got to be a really serious dude, and if you fuck up, you got to like cut your stomach open and like I don't know. I'm a dumbass. I fuck up a lot. I'm in no rush to just cut my own stomach open.
Yeah, I feel like cowboys are almost expected to fuck up, and we're good with just saying, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so
partner.
I was until the seppuku aspect of it. I was leaning heavily towards samurai because being a cowboy is a lot of bullshit work and horseback riding.
Yeah, the whole like farming and ranching thing seems very unappealing, and it's always like dusty. Seems really hot, and I don't want to be thirsty.
I've
all the
watched
time.
enough Yellowstone to know that that's not a job for me.
Like I thought we were just like judging the stuff based on like the peak of their jobs. Like doesn't samurais don't I mean they have to do something, right? Don't they farm as well when they're not doing samurai shit? Or like that'd be like saying, well, I don't want to be a pirate because then I have to clean my ship every now and then. It's like, well, I mean,
Well, no,
yeah,
I mean,
they all got their drawbacks. We're just
Exactly.
judging them at
I think
their best moments.
Well, I think you kind of have to take the good with the bad. You know, you have to weigh the pros and the cons. Like being a pirate, every time I watch one of those Pirates of the Caribbean movies, it's like, man, that seems fucking fun. Just swinging around on ropes, like drinking booze straight out of the bottle. Some guy's got a fucking parrot that talks shit, and then like you steal treasure. I want to steal treasure. That sounds fun. And then like the pirate base, that always looks cool. Like they all have like some meetup point in a tropical island, and you know you go into like their fucking crazy pirate base. Those always look sick. But I don't like the idea. Just thinking about being trapped out on sea, and you run out of water, and like all the
In water? That sounds
Yeah.
terrible.
all the pirates are like, you know, you've been trapped or like if you're going on a long expedition, you've been out on the ocean for months, and all the pirates are getting horny, and I'm very feminine looking, so they probably all come after my ass. Now I got a bunch of fucking pirates, bunch of horny pirates boning me. Sounds terrible.
This is I always knew it was going to get here. I always knew your random brain question was going to get to you being raped by one of these guys.
All these pirates taking turns on my fucking sunburnt ass because there's no sunscreen yet. I hate
Yeah,
that.
we should have known. Shuddy was always going to get back to Kevin getting raped by a pirate.
Yep.
Oh no, they're after me booty.
Well, I'll tell you what. Whenever these fucking pirates, they can't use their gold on the ship. So whenever they fucking come to the land, I'm going to rob their asses.
Well, who are
Well,
you in this scenario?
I'm going cowboy. I'm not learning Japanese. Not fucking hanging out in a jungle or whatever. I'll stick to the desert, which sucks too, kind of, but whatever. At least it keeps me in America.
What prompted this question?
I have no idea.
This sounds like the most random brain question.
I mean, it just came to me this morning.
What were you doing when it came to you?
I don't know. Maybe eating breakfast?
What does your day to day look like?
It's weird. It's really weird. Let's see. Yeah, I think I might just go with the samurai. I'll just be very careful so I don't have to seppuku myself.
Yeah, Master Kevin.
What about you, Shuddy?
Also, samurai. I don't want to. I've never been on a big boat, so I don't want to risk being seasick. I don't want to sleep on a blanket on the ground. So.
I mean,
is that my destiny?
Yeah, that's your destiny, buddy.
Where the fuck do you sleep?
In like a cool palace or something.
Wait a second. I didn't know that. Can't I get like a fucking sweet house on a ranch?
Well, but then you would be the owner, the people the Cowboys work for.
Damn right. I'm the fucking
Cowboys were hired hands, Geoff. They were farm hands.
More samurai. Weren't they hired like weren't they like mercenary swordsmen?
That was kind of like if they didn't have a lord that they worked for, and then they became Ronin.
But if they fought with a lord, they typically held some sort of title.
Yeah, and they live in the lord's like big cool ass estate a lot of times.
I didn't know that. Well,
yeah, you're in a
finger off the chest piece. Am I just stuck being a cowboy?
Yep, and you're stuck in Brokeback Mountain, so you're getting butt fucked in your tent.
It's just me and Jake Gyllenhaal throwing down.
Oh, this is not what I had in mind.
This is the pitfall of being a cowboy, huh? I thought this would be cooler.
Wait, hold on. Can I be a samurai? Ow!
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I guess there's only one answer there. I guess the cowboy and the pirate gets raped.
Yeah.
Damn it. How would I always choose the wrong door?
I think samurai got chicks.
I guess, yeah.
Hold on,
let
me
figure.
Google that.
You pick samurai.
let me Google it real quick because they might have to take a vow of celibacy or some weird shit. Did samurai get
no?
chicks?
Because
ask Siri.
Because they have kids.
Oh.
Did samurai have girlfriends? Whoa, dude. Uh-oh. I got like 4 words in. I was like, concubines, courtesans, geishas, and homosexual relationships.
Oh, wow. They're polyamorous, those samurais.
Often between an established older samurai and a beautiful youth were socially acceptable and available options for men in the Sengoku period. So it's on the table, but you don't have to.
When was the Sengoku period? We just need to not be samurais during that.
Well, no, because you're not forced to do all 3. You get to pick. Like, you can have a girlfriend go see a geisha and then go back to your girlfriend. You don't have to be like, all right, well, I did the other 3. Time to go get my ass fucked. Sengoku period.
You're a goddamn cowboy playing Gooey Cookie.
Took place between the 15th and 16th centuries.
1467 to 1615. It was a turbulent era in Japanese history marked by prolonged civil war and social upheaval.
See, we make a lot of dumb, crass jokes on this show, but a lot of times you do learn something.
We sprinkle a little bit of unnecessary knowledge in there every now and then.
Yeah, but man, that just made fucking geishas, concubines. Pfft. All right, samurai me up. I'm probably gonna like doink the wrong lady and have to cut my stomach open though.
I felt like failed missions is why you have to kill yourself, not porking a lady that's been spoken for.
Yeah, as long as it's not like the Emperor's lady. or the Lord.
Just so
Although cowboys did have
under.
those like brothels. Every cowboy movie I've ever watched, they always go to a brothel.
It's true.
I gotta imagine like everybody across the board, everybody's genitals were just fucking terrible in cowboy days.
I was just gonna say that
I can't get a win here, huh?
the personal hygiene of the Wild West could not have been that great.
Yeah. The fuck are the pirates doing? They don't got showers on the boat.
Oh no,
Isn't it a cruise?
None of us picked being a pirate.
Yeah. You got horrible fucking dreadlocked overgrown pubes. But then the cowboys, they probably have just like matted up fucking horse poop mixed into your pubes. Everybody's fucking nuts and pussies stink.
Couple Weisenheimers here. Why don't you guys break down the samurai hygiene plumbing? What is it? What are they looking at?
I don't know, they got hot springs and stuff. I'm sure that cleans you off.
Motherfucker. Hot springs.
I am more confident that feudal Japan, samurais in feudal Japan had better hygiene than prostitutes in Tombstone, Arizona.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm not in a position where I can argue with that. I don't know. I'm not smart. I'm not versed on this part of history.
Well, I forgot to talk about it last week, but did have the Los Angeles screening of The Second Coming of John Cooper at the Tub in K-Town, which was really cool, in all honesty. They just play the movie off of a laptop and project it onto a screen. So I had to get them like an unlisted link to play it because the movie's not on Blu-ray or DVD or anything. So there were a couple of buffer issues about 10 minutes in where it started freezing. But outside of that, it's a really fucking cool theater, man. Like the family that owns it are so nice. And they're all just like big into cinema. You know, one of their daughters is an actor, and she's been in a lot of big stuff. And they just do it out of the love for movies. So all the screenings there are free. They have free snacks and drinks. If you want it, they have like a big bin of blankets, so you can just get all cozy and stuff. It's wonderful. They have a pinball machine in there. It's really fucking cool. That
was pretty dope.
It was myself, Dustin, Trevor, and Lane, and we brought them a John Cooper poster. We all signed it. They have it in their like framed light up box, the now playing display, which was really cool. Wasn't like a huge turnout. I mean, I didn't have a ton of time to promote it or anything, but got one Puminati there. So, shout out to Mike.
Nice.
But it was cool, man. It was cool. We got to do a Q&A afterwards. There was a lot of, I guess, regulars of the theater that were there. So they didn't even really know anything about the movie. They just go to a lot of those screenings. And I guess they were telling me that when they do get to do Q&As there, they get like more of their regulars show up. One of the people was like an 87-year-old man, and he came solo, and I was like, oh boy, this is probably not going to be a movie that's up his alley.
Well, did you thank him for being in attendance?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Did you end up talking to him afterwards? Did he get down on the John Cooper humor?
He didn't give me his thoughts on the film, but he did come up to me afterwards and ask me a few questions, and then he was like, hopefully we get to work together someday. So I was like, oh shit, this guy might be an actor or something. But I was like, fuck yeah, that would be awesome.
Should have been like, yeah, sure, pop.
You got it, Mr. Grandpa. But it was fun. It was a cool screening. It was cool doing a Q&A with the guys. That theater, it's just, if K-Town wasn't so far away, that would have, if that place was in Culver City, I'd be there regularly because they, like, I started following them on Instagram, and they're doing Stoner Month. So, like, they're showing, Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke and Pineapple Express. Like, they show really good flicks. So I would, and, I get to go there. Like, they don't have to buy a ticket. I can just go in there and get a free bottle of water, and they got candy. It's fucking sick.
Candy?
Yeah, dude. You get fucking free candy. I couldn't believe it.
That does sound lovely.
But yeah, it was dope. So if you live in LA, if you're local, look into the Tub Theater. Like, check out their Instagram, because that's the only way you can actually go to it. You have to DM them and say, hey, can I get 2 seats for Pineapple Express? And they'll just be like, yep, you got it. It's easy as that. So, yeah, good times. Good times. It was fun. Let's see. Oh, my God. I know I sent you guys pictures, but I've been talking about it for a while, and I finally pulled the trigger on going to Little Caesars and getting those, what do they call them? Cheese poofers? Like
Crazy Puffs.
Crazy Puffs?
It's not that hard to remember. Remember your lines, Kevin.
It is when you're as dumb as me.
Crazy Puffs.
Ever since I saw those things pop up, they almost look like, let's see, like pizza versions of cupcakes?
Yeah.
They're tiny little bastards.
You got, yeah, they're almost in the shape of cupcakes. They got cheese on top, and they got sauce, cheese, and if you get pepperoni, or is there a sausage? You can get the sausage or pepperoni in the middle.
Yeah, I got the pepperoni ones, and I've been wanting to try them for a while, but I haven't, because I know Carl's not into it at all, and I have been trying to eat healthy. And as far as the spectrum of, like, healthy foods to unhealthy foods, I would say Little Caesars blows right past the edge of unhealthy and is just like, you're essentially just eating fistfuls of fucking fiberglass. But I have to. If I see something like that gives me a food boner, I have to eat it at some point. And I went on the website, and I also couldn't believe how, the last time I had Little Caesars was when the Robert Pattinson Batman movie came out, and they did the pepperoni Batman calzone, which was a pepperoni pizza with 2 pepperoni calzones built into it on the ends, so it looks like the Batman logo. And whoa, man, that was wonderful. I did a hijack snack attack, so if anybody's on our Patreon, you can look, you can search for that and find it if you didn't get a chance to see it. But that was absolutely fucking delicious. If they ever brought that back, I'm getting that again, because that was wonderful. But I would say outside of that, the last time before that I had Little Caesars, I was probably a kid. So when I went on the website to order these things, I saw that they also had stuffed crust. And I was like, all right, well, I'm not going to get full on these pepperoni cups, so I'm getting a pizza to go with it. And if I'm getting a pizza, if I'm already here, if I'm already going for it, why puss out when it comes to stuffed crust?
It's only like $15. I mean, the total bill, right? I think it's $11 for the stuffed crust and like $4 for the Crazy Puffs.
Yeah.
Did Carl join you on this, or was she too good for Little Caesars?
She had zero interest in the cups, in the Crazy Puffs, which was fine because I didn't feel like sharing. So I ate all of those. But when I got back with the pizza, the stuffed crust, when I was checking out, it gave me 4 options. Like, I was like, oh, okay, I want the pepperoni stuffed crust. And then there was like 4 options. And I'm like, the fuck is this? Leave me alone. And I just ordered whatever the default one was. And when I opened it, I was like, man, this pizza looks like mad orange for some reason. And I looked back on the website. So the option I chose was, instead of having marinara sauce on it, I default picked the option of fucking more cheese. Dude,
that's not the worst.
Fucking cheese sauce. So it was essentially like they made the dough, then they put Cheese Whiz on it, then they put the cheese and pepperoni on top of that. And these insane bastards put like big chunky pretzel salt on it too. So I've essentially felt all of my internal organs mummifying as I ate this. But when I told Carl the story about how I ended up with, instead of tomato sauce, just more cheese, she lost her breath from laughing at me. And then she was like, all right, well, I got to try a bite of that. And she was like, that's actually not bad. That was kind of good. But
yeah, dude, Little Caesars is not bad at all.
It's not. I had to knock all of the pretzel salt because they were like the size of pebbles. It was too much. Like, it's already just like 80% sodium. And I was like, I do not need more salt. My fucking tongue shriveled up to the size of a cigarette. It was like pouring salt on a slug. It was. I felt with every bite, I'm like, oh my God, this is just. I feel my belt expanding. I feel like I'm sweating cheese. I had cheese coming out of my fucking nipples. I never thought I would meet my match like that. But, man, it fucked me up. Fucked me up. I'm glad I tried it, but it might be a while before I have Little Caesars again, because that destroyed me.
You had the poopies?
Oh, my God. Dude, it looked like a horse took a shit in my toilet.
You had to put caution tape? Did you have to use Carl's toilet after?
Yeah, I filled mine, and I was like, oh, shit. Pinch it off, run into her room, her bathroom. Yeah, it was bad. I got to say, though, I was a little underwhelmed by those puffs.
Yeah, they're whatever. The best value for it, or the best argument for it, is essentially their price. Like,
Yeah.
it's $4, so there's not that much of a financial impact of them, whether you got a good badge or not. I think that, this is pretty lame, but I'm pretty sure they charge you for the sauce too. Did you get the marinara sauce?
I didn't.
Yeah, you can.
I didn't know that was
but
an
it
option.
doesn't come with it, which is a bitch. And they give you have to order on the side. It costs more money, but they give you like way too much, like way more than you need. And it's like ice cold.
Oh.
The whole thing is weird. I don't know.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
I will say one thing I did
microwave or whatever, and it's pretty good.
One thing I did appreciate is going into the Little Caesars, they give you like an ATM code, and you just punch that in, and a little fucking flap opens up, and you just take your pizza, your order out of the heater. I was like, this is the future I wanted. This is the 2025 I was excited for. I got my pizza fucking cupcakes and a stuffed crust pepperoni coming out of a robot? Fuck yeah. But yeah, I had to share my food adventure. Geoff, you're AFK right now. Have you gotten to taken any food adventures yet?
What does AFK mean?
Oh, like away from keyboard.
Oh. Yeah, I'm out in Illinois right now. Food adventures, not really. I have been to Culver's twice.
That's like Arby's, right?
Last time, no. Last time I was here, I snack attacked Culver's and professed my love for it. Now, I texted this to Bill the other day too. So California people are going to be pissed off to hear this, but Culver's is better than In-N-Out. It is. I think the burgers are close. The burgers are a toss-up. Culver's has crinkle cut French fries. They have onion rings. Obviously, you don't care about that, Kevin. They have cheese curds. They have chili, which I haven't even tried yet. They got other things besides burgers, like chicken sandwiches, fish sandwiches. They got these things called concrete mixers, which are essentially McFlurries, but they use custard, and you can pick what you want in the concrete mixer, as opposed to the McFlurry. You only have at best two options.
Yeah.
Whereas at Culver's, they have ooey gooey, which is like, like gooey cake, concrete mixer. They have brownies. They have M&M, Butterfingers, Reese's, chocolate fudge, peanut butter, marshmallow. They have all these different options. They have like their own in-house made root beer, which are bomb. I don't say it lightly because I love In-N-Out. I love In-N-Out, and anyone who says In-N-Out's overrated, it's never someone from California. They'll always be like, yeah, I came out and I tried In-N-Out and it was overrated. I immediately put them in their place and get into an argument with them because I do love In-N-Out. But Culver's is fucking bomb. I can't stress how awesome it is.
But are you admitting that In-N-Out makes a better burger? But Culver's,
I don't think it does. I'm willing to take a draw on it.
Wow.
Because dude, they do butter burgers at Culver's, which are awesome. And you can do bacon on it.
That's dude, my heart just went into AFib hearing about that.
Yeah. It's some Midwest shit.
I want a burger with butter and bacon on it.
Dude, I mean, is it healthy? No, but I'm not trying to get a healthy burger.
Yeah.
I say the three of us go into business and we franchise a Culver's out in Southern California. Let's be the first people to get Culver's to California.
Is there a franchise line they can't cross? Like we can't have Wawas out here? Is there any stupid rules?
I don't know. I wonder how that stuff works. Because In-N-Out only is in what? It's in California, Arizona, Nevada. I think there's one in Texas now. They have a couple in Texas. But from my understanding, the only reason they're in as few of states as they are is that's strictly an ownership decision.
8 states have In-N-Out.
What's included? Again, Utah in there?
Yeah, Utah.
California is currently not available, but a future market. I'm looking at it here.
California, Nevada, Arizona, Utah, Texas, Oregon, Colorado, and Idaho all have In-N-Out.
Jeez, future markets. I can't wait. Like, how did Dave's go from, I think it started in California to all the way out east? Like I'm pretty sure they have a Dave's in upstate New York and in Albany. They obviously have one in Shuddy's neck of the woods. How did Dave's get nationwide before Culver's?
Well, I mean, so I'm trying to find the information now to find out. Dave's has their startup requirements to become a franchisee are insane.
How so?
Oh, yeah.
So to get a Dave's franchise, you need to first of all commit to opening 5 Dave's Hot Chicken right out of the gate.
That's ridiculous.
You need to already own and operate 5 fast casual concepts in the area you want to open a Dave's.
I like this in the sense that they're not giving ownership to a bitch boy who hasn't proven himself yet.
And then you have to have a net worth of $5 million and liquid assets of at least $2.5 million.
Good Lord.
And those are the just to get in the door non-negotiables.
Fuck you, Dave.
We need.
So that is why
1%
Dave's
ass.
Hot Chicken was able to sell itself for almost $1 billion to the company, to the investment firm that owns Subway.
Boo. Boo them.
So those dudes made some hefty money. I can't find how much a Culver's franchise costs.
Well, if it's anything like Dave's, we're fucked, gentlemen. That's not happening.
Uh, Initial franchise fee of $55,000. Total investment is ranges from 2.6 million to 8.5.
Never mind.
You'll need liquid assets of $500,000 or $750,000 if you want to own the real estate, building, and equipment.
What if I just have a liquid ass?
That's not going to help you much.
All right. Well, yeah, I don't think franchise ownership is in our futures, guys.
Anyways, to get back to your original question, Kevin, other food things that I have, which aren't really specific to where I'm at. The one that I am, I don't know if I'll be able to, I don't know if I'll snack attack it, but they have this place nearby called Epic Deli, which looks pretty fucking sweet. They got some interesting stuff on the menu, but I haven't been able to find the fucking lava big cup, Reese's Big Cup that you loved, Kevin.
Really?
Right? You loved it, right?
Oh my God, yeah.
I haven't been able to find it in Southern California, and I've actually looked, but I found it out here in Illinois pretty easily. So I'm gonna try that. And I also, another thing that a few Puminati have gotten my DMs and mentioned to me was Shuddy, have you seen the new Selena Gomez Oreo cookies?
No.
Have you seen or heard of these, Kevin?
I have heard about them. They don't seem all that appealing. The Post Malone,
like
ones,
cinnamon.
yeah, the Post Malone ones sounded good, but those came and went really quick.
Well, I found the Selena Gomez Oreos, and I'm gonna probably snack attack them.
Damn.
Before I leave Illinois,
it's a good time to be a Patreon member.
Because I don't really want to travel with them. Maybe
that.
I will. Maybe I'll just put them in my bag and get out in my snack attack in my usual snack sommelier dojo. But the Selena Gomez Oreos are a combination of chocolate and cinnamon flavor. They have chocolate and cinnamon flavored cream in between chocolate cinnamon flavored wafers. So
they're supposed to be like horchata-y, right? And I love horchata. Fucking love horchata.
Which is weird because that's got a little bit of cinnamon in it.
Yeah, the only thing I can't really fuck with is like artificial cinnamon. Like I would say the big ones that fuck me up are cinnamon gum, any kind of cinnamon gum, cinnamon candy, and like cinnamon mouthwash, which is, for people that don't know the story, when I was 5 years old, my mom got me a bottle of Plax cinnamon mouthwash, and I put on, or Back to the Future came on TV, and I was pretending I was an adult like Marty McFly, and the one thing I knew that adults do that I can't is drink alcohol. So I grabbed the bottle of cinnamon mouthwash, pretended it was alcohol, and just drank it. And I drank the whole bottle by the time I was watching, by the time Back to the Future ended. And that fucked me up real bad. And it just blew artificial cinnamon for me. But, I mean, real cinnamon, like, what are desserts that are cinnamony?
Tiramisu.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I'm like, wait, is that only chocolate powder or is there cinnamon in there too? But I love tiramisu. I think that's wonderful. And I love horchata.
What about French toast?
Love French toast. I'll fucking put it between my butt cheeks, fart on it, and then eat it. Like Horatio Sands in Road Trip.
I haven't seen that movie and it's been far too long. I gotta rewatch it. I've seen it a bunch of times.
Oh yeah. I want to, like, I've just had a hankering to rewatch like 2000s comedies.
Oh, wait a second, real quick. Cinnabon. Do you like that?
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Cinnabon's wonderful.
Oh.
But I want to rewatch Shallow Hal because I remember thinking that movie is so fucking funny. All those 2000 Jack Black movies, like Saving Silverman, I want to rewatch that. I want to rewatch Road Trip.
So Jack Black classics, huh?
Those have such bad reviews, but I can't. I've seen them dozens of times. And
When's the last time you've seen Saving Silverman? Because I'll go to the mat for that one. That is a 5-decker. I fucking love that movie.
like I don't. It's been a while, but the last time I remember it, my takeaway was that is Jack Black and Steve Zahn at the top of their fucking game.
Oh yeah, you got their fastballs working there.
Yeah.
Coming to hey,
But speaking of, I did have.
I've been randomly referencing that movie. Just I'll just be walking around my apartment. And I'll hit Cheech with a coming to hey, Dude, she torched Neil. A monster.
I did have some cinema experiences since we last got together.
As have I.
Oh, nice. You guys are just carry me on this. You got no cinema experiences.
What did you see, Shuddy?
Dangerous Animals.
Ooh, good choice. I didn't see that playing at any of the theaters near me, but I do want to see that.
What was up? How does he have Dangerous Animals and you don't?
Because I live by 2 very small AMCs, and they're right across the street from each other. And they each have like 4 to 6 screens. And all these big movies keep coming out, and they dominate most of the screens. So like they're showing like 3 movies at a time at best. And for some reason, even though I like the original, I didn't really have much interest in seeing this new How to Train Your Dragon. So I was like, oh, I'll go to like the bitch ass AMC across the street and see the new Karate Kid before that leaves theaters. Nice. But yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to see that Dangerous Animals or Friendship. Do you know about Dangerous Animals, Geoff?
Yeah, Bill tried to get Cheech to go with him, and Cheech passed to watch, I think, Monday Night Raw, which is very unlike Cheech. Not watching Monday Night Raw, but passing on a movie request from Bill, because those guys see anything. Pretty much like you, Kevin.
Yeah. But
later that night, we're around the couch watching Monday Night Raw. Cheech's like, I regret going to Dangerous Animals. Actually getting pretty good reviews. Was it good, Kevin?
Well, Shuddy saw it, not me.
Oh, right. Excuse me, Shuddy. Right.
I was fairly invested in it until about the last 10 minutes.
Oh, interesting.
Couldn't land. Wait, like you fell asleep or just the ending sucked?
No. Then it went like, oh, this is all right. It's hard to explain without spoiling anything.
So there's a twist and you did not appreciate it?
It's not so much a twist as so much as a what saves the heroine.
Okay. Gotcha.
When that happened, I was just like, and somehow it was about 20 minutes too long.
Interesting. Okay.
At only an hour and 38 minutes, it felt very long at times.
I mean, it's kind of an interesting premise. Like the dude he's like a serial killer and he kidnaps people and feeds them to sharks.
So Jay Courtney,
Jai,
whatever. All I kept thinking every time he was on screen is like, this is an Australian poor man's Tom Hardy, which I never thought of him as Captain Boomerang in the Suicide Squad movies.
What about his John McClane's son?
I didn't see It's a Good Day to Die Hard.
I was this past trip when I was in Florida. I was talking to my sister and her husband, and I was like, "Did you guys intentionally name your kids after John McClane's kids?" And they're like, "Wait, what are you talking about?" Yeah,
Who's John McClane?
Jack and Lucy McClane. They were like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, you're welcome. It's not too late to change their middle names to McClane, by the way, or maybe it is."
So he operates a shark diving tour off the Gold Coast of Australia, and
Geoff hates that place.
No interest.
murders people, and feeds them to the sharks, and specifically kidnaps women and then videotapes them being eaten by the sharks.
Oh, I'm making faces of death 7. You ever seen bum fights?
And ironically enough, the girl who stars in it has a really small part in season 2 of Tires.
Oh, I haven't made it there yet. I started Tires just because Thomas Hayden Church is in the 2nd season. And I was like, all right, I'll make my way through.
That's exactly. I didn't know he was in it, but I just started it over the weekend, and I'm into season 2. And she has an interaction with THC.
Oh, nice.
She's in an episode that he's in, where she's a waitress at a bar, and he plays Shane Gillis's dad, trying to hook him up with her.
Nice.
But it was pretty decent. I wanted to go see Karate Kid, but Mark had already seen it and was going to see Dangerous Animals, so I tagged along.
Oh, nice.
But it was one showing at 4:35 on Saturday.
I think that's how I got with Karate Kid as well. It was like, I'm like, oh fuck, I got to pull the trigger now, because otherwise I'm not seeing this until it's streaming or whatever.
But the old people sitting next to me in this movie, there were like 2 seats between us, would not shut the fuck up the entire time, to the point where I think 15 minutes into the movie, Mark got up and went and sat in the back of the theater.
I'm going to fucking plant you in the ground, Peepaw. You shut the fuck up. I had the same thing in Karate Kid.
I very loudly at the end of the movie said, as we were walking out, if you can't sit through an 1.5-hour movie without shutting the fuck up, stay the fuck home. Looking right at them, and they were staring at so passive aggressive.
I'm going to charge you fucking 25 cents for a spoon. So how many dangerous animal dicks are you going to suck?
325. 325.
So Karate Kid, I realize I loved the Karate Kid movies when I was young, but I don't really remember too much of the lore, and I never saw the Jaden Smith one, so I missed Jackie Chan's introduction into the universe. But they sort of explain it at the beginning of Karate Kid Legends, where they show footage from Karate Kid 2, and then they explain the Han family and the Miyagi family, you know, one tree with 2 branches or whatever the fuck they keep saying throughout it. But it was interesting because it starts a bit slow, which is fine. You know, you're introducing new characters. You got to fucking meet everybody. And I did really like this new kid who plays Li Fong. What's his name? It's like, I think his name is like Ben Wong or something. But it's like a charming kid. I really liked him. And he's got really good fucking skills. Like the fight choreography was really well done. And right off the bat, you know, the crane kick, this is probably going to be heresy to some people, but one of the least impressive moves in martial arts cinema.
Dude, I don't think I have. Could I make it happen? I think I can do the crane kick right now. And this is...
I believe in you. And I think you should do it.
The least athletic
Show the
I've ever been.
Show the Puminati.
Let's do it, Geoff. Come on, Geoff.
You got room. Come on.
God, I'm so fat. No, I just...
You
can't bring that up and not deliver.
Wait. Yeah.
We will lose so many Patreon subscribers if you don't do this. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, you got tons of room. Look at that. That is perfect crane kick territory. Let's fucking go. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, youtube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Does George live on the 2nd floor? Like, are there neighbors below you?
Yeah, are you about to blow through the floor and land in somebody's tub?
No. That affluent bitch is a homeowner. I'm good.
All right, I think you got this, Geoff.
I just want to switch the mic to my headphones so I can keep talking.
That's a good idea. All right, Geoff. Geoff has taken a
Am I
stance.
in the?
Oh yeah,
Am I in the shot?
you're
Oh, okay.
properly framed to
That's
do
your
a crane
face.
kick. All right,
Wait.
proper
I
stance.
don't want to want to destroy this thing.
A little bit of a stumble there. You got this. Oh yeah! Fuck yeah! Geoff Rosan with a textbook crane kick right there. Now, oh yeah, great form, excellent bow, very respectful. See, not to diminish you, Geoff, but if you're tuning into a fucking karate movie, you don't want your special power finisher move to be a move that just anybody can pull off. You literally just like put your arms up like wings, stand on one foot, and then jump front kick and switch to the other foot. Not difficult at all. They start things off by debuting the dragon kick, which looks physically fucking impossible. Dragon kick.
Now we're talking.
Way superior move to the crane kick.
Geoff, Google it on YouTube real quick and give it a shot.
Oh, dude, it's like some Tekken shit. Like it's breakdancing, does like a triple flip into a kick. It's fucking crazy. And this kid, Ben Wang, I got his name wrong. Ben Wang. This kid needs to be in more martial arts movies because he's really likable. He's really charming, and dude's got skills. It was really fucking impressive. And the whole story of this one is like he's training with Jackie Chan in Beijing. His mom moves them to New York. He goes into a pizza restaurant down the block, meets a cute girl, asks for stuffed crust pizza. Stuffed crust? Back to Little Caesars. And the dad who owns the pizza shop is played by Joshua Jackson, who, I mean, I don't have too much exposure to because I never watched Dawson's Creek, but he was fucking excellent in this. Very, very likable, charming character. He's like a retired boxer. But like it's interesting because the movie it's only 90 minutes and it moves relatively slow, and then out of nowhere it is just fucking fast forward and like at a dizzying pace. So the pacing is a little off, but the villain, you know, Karate Kid, you always have to have some fucking disrespectful little fucking douchebag, and they got a great one. He's very hateable. I would have liked to have seen the asshole dojo owner of the asshole dojo get a little bit of comeuppance, but I don't know. It's very, very depressing seeing how old Jackie Chan is. That kind of hurts my heart. And also the fact that when Daniel-san finally shows up in this, Ralph Macchio is fucking 63 years old.
Yeah, he's the youngest looking 6-year-old ever.
It's insane. He's older than my mom. I didn't realize that when my mom was taking me to see Karate Kid movies in the theater as a kid, that Daniel-san...
The kid was older than her.
Yeah. Dude's older than my mom? That was fucking wild. But he was, you know, he's a very, like, sweet character. Like, I've never seen Cobra Kai, but apparently they do, like, a role switch, so he's, like, a douchebag in Cobra Kai. Is that correct, Shuddy?
It starts off kind of that way.
Okay.
In the first season. In the first season, it's kind of like he kind of instigates Johnny into the old rivalry.
It was very funny to me that like old ass Jackie Chan who runs a kung fu school in China, who's teaching his nephew who is just like a fucking beast at kung fu, and they're like, wait a second, you're gonna do a karate tournament? We need a white guy. Calling a white guy. Calling fucking Daniel-san.
What was their wax on, wax off?
I think it was they reused jacket on, jacket off. Jacket off.
Yep, because that's what I was going to say. That's the one from the Jaden Smith, Jackie Chan Karate Kid movie. Jacket on, jacket off. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
The fight scenes were really good. The only issue I had with them is the camera work is a little like too zoomed in and frenetic with like the cuts, and like they're pulling off really impressive shit, and that made it more difficult to enjoy it. The karate tournament at the end that it's all leading towards, they just race through everything to get to the final, but the final battle was dope. I don't know. It really did feel like a Karate Kid movie. I don't know. It was fucking fun. I don't really understand why the reviews aren't a little bit better. You know, it's very cliched. It doesn't reinvent the fucking wheel, but it's fun characters. I enjoyed it. It was cool seeing Daniel-san back, like Jackie Chan and fucking Daniel-san doing shit together. Like they even have like a little bit of a sparring match that was fun to watch. I don't know. I recommend it. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but I'll suck 3.5 Karate Kid dicks. I very much enjoyed my time. And you get a very fun cameo at the end that I won't spoil. But Shuddy, I think you would enjoy this. I think you'd be a fan. I'm
going to try and go see it this week. I have to watch Boat Trip tonight, so it can't be tonight.
I have a feeling that is going to be a tough watch, Shuddy. For what the fuck did I just watch?
Yep.
Rough. I did watch one thing that most of our audience won't give a shit about, so I'll keep it brief. But if you're a listener on our Patreon show of Dragon Ball Queef, Geoff and I did an episode on Dan to Dan, which I think that ended up being one of the ones that if you were forced at gunpoint to watch an anime, Dan to Dan wouldn't be torture, right? Got aliens and ghosts. The aliens are after people's bananas.
Yeah, I'm going to go to my note real quick and see if I can shed any more light on my Dan to Dan review. I don't remember being terrible though. You love it.
Yeah. I'm a big fan. I think it's the perfect amount of wackiness that I want from an anime. Cool battles, a lot of imagination, animation's sick. It's very silly. They're talking about wieners and stuff.
Here's my first 2 bullet point notes. Nudity, smoking, violence. Besides sports and gambling, these are my 3 favorite things.
So what they do a lot of times, it seems, with these modern anime that get popular is when a new season is coming out, they'll do the first 3 episodes and edit them into a movie and put it into theaters. And the bitch ass AMC was showing it, and I was just like, fuck it. I got 90 minutes to kill. I'll go burn one of my AMC movie pass viewings on this. Because Dan to Dan is sick. I'm going to watch these when they come out. They only had a Japanese version of it, so I had to watch it with subtitles. So I'll watch it again when it hits Netflix, when it's dubbed. But it's fucking cool. Really strong first 3 episodes of a season. Weird as fuck. Got some interesting, creepy stuff. They didn't really have any aliens, but they were hitting the ghost stuff pretty hard. So I don't know. Anybody who was into the first season that's on Netflix, seems like season 2 is also going to be a banger. So that's good news. I'll suck 4 Dan to Dan dicks. And then Shuddy, I know you are a gigantic Nick Cage as I am. And his most recent movie was, I couldn't find any showings near me, but is The Surfer on your radar?
It is, but it's a horror movie, isn't it?
Not really. It has horror elements. I would say it's more of just kind of like a bizarre thriller. Did you see... it's Jesse Eisenberg in Imagining Poops? The Vivarium? Did you see that?
Hold on.
I haven't even heard of that.
This is the one where they're like in that house. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I fucking hated it.
Oh. Well, this is from the same director. And it's weird. It's like, so Nick Cage takes his son to this beach in Australia where he like grew up as a kid, and he's like buying a home there. And he's like, I want to take you to this beach and we'll go surf. And the locals immediately stop him, and they're like real fucking assholes. And they're like, we're going to beat the ever living fucking shit out of you if you try and surf our beach. So Nick Cage gets pissed off that he got cucked in front of his son. And he's like, it's now my goal to like fuck over somehow these local beach bums that are being dickheads. And it turns out like everybody in that area, they're kind of like all in cahoots, and Nick Cage just like the most horrible shit just keeps happening to him over and over and over, and everybody's ganging up on him, and he goes through the fucking ringer. And Carl and I watched it, and she was like, man, that was a little too uncomfortable for me. Like, Nick Cage just has like the worst fucking day of his life. We rented it on Prime, but I really enjoyed it. That one's not getting like the greatest reviews either, but I don't know. You get to see some good Nick Cage going crazy. I really like the directing style of it. It was like the colors of it are all just incredibly oversaturated and vibrant, and it's just bizarre. Weird fucking movie. But I don't know, man. I would say this is kind of like Mandy on a beach. And I fuck with it. I'll suck 4 Nick Cage dicks. I'll get on the surfboard and suck his wing wang 4 times. But it's weird and uncomfortable. And if that's not really your speed, I get it. Did either of you guys watch Nip Tuck back in the day?
No.
I mean, an
I heard
episode here.
Was it gnarly?
Nip Tuck was gnarly. That was like right around the time when they were like, all right, cable TV shows, you guys can get like a little bit more fucked up. But like the dude from Nip Tuck who played Doctor Doom in the 2 earlier Fantastic Four movies, he's like the villain in it, and he's a pretty good villain. You really feel for the old Cagester in this one. But yeah, this is another big weekend. That fucking 28 Years Later movie. Carl and I got our tickets for that. Pumped for that one. New Pixar movie. Yeah. I know Geoff is pumped for that.
Elio, it's pizza.
Yeah.
28 Days Later. I might give that one a watch. Hopefully my brother's I think it's coming out this weekend. I'll probably make that like my movie next Tuesday, which doesn't help out the podcast really.
Yeah, you're a Tuesday guy.
I mean, I'll review it 2 MSPHs from now.
That's probably when I will also review it, because Draven and I, when he comes back from his staycation with Bradley, we're going to do 28 Days Later, 28 Weeks Later, and then go see the new one.
Whoa.
That's how I should do it too, actually. I got to watch the first 2.
I don't know how connected they are. Like the story-wise, outside of like, you know, the overarching like zombie thing. Because I think, oh God, I'm getting all fucking emotional. I think that Little Caesars is back in action. Oh, I think 28 Years Later is something about like some isolated island where the zombie outbreak never reached, but people are kind of fucking crazy. I don't know. I've been kind of doing my best to avoid the more in-depth trailer and knowing too much about it going in. But yeah. Geoff, I'm guessing you've had a pretty busy week.
Yeah, I got nothing new to review. I've been catching up on The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, which is just the trashy reality TV show that I love so much.
Wait, you actually love that? You're watching that voluntarily? You're not doing that just as being a good boyfriend?
No, that's one that I watch. I'm a good boyfriend with some other reality TV shows. But I genuinely like Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Do they pork?
I don't really know. Not really. You know what? I kind of started watching halfway through season 2, and I think they're in season 3, and they keep talking about some like swinging sex scandal that fractured the group of Mormon moms, but I don't remember, or I don't have like the full details, the full rundown. I'm just getting the story after the fact. But it's just crazy how much drama there is among these Mormon wives without any drugs or alcohol mixed in. Like, these bitches are so emotional, and there's so much like pettiness among the group. And then they'll have like their get-togethers and their birthday parties, and it's just like they're all drinking like sodas. Like, that's like if they really get after it, they'll drink like 2 or 3 sodas.
Has anybody commented on that urban legend about how they trick God by letting dudes fuck them in the butt?
I haven't heard that. I've heard some light soaking talk, and I have a feeling that the swinging scandal isn't actual sex. Like, I think it might be like just making out. Like one like these 2 girlfriends allowed their husband, or switch like husbands on a makeout sesh, and like that's the swinging scandal. There could be, maybe I'm selling them short. Maybe they were having sex, and it's a bunch of pretty Mormon girls, and they're trying to like kind of modernize the Mormon church, which is really, really difficult. Yeah, you're making a face, and that's fair. It's probably not. I'm not recommending anyone watch it, but that's what I've been watching besides sports.
So they did soft swinging, which is basically partner swapping between Taylor and Tate and Miranda and Chase, if that means anything to you.
Oh, Taylor and Tate boned.
It means everything to me. You're reading this, right? You're not, you haven't watched it.
No, I Googled it. This is from Cosmo.
Gotcha.
This is from Cosmo.
Yeah, a Mormon threesome is just when you hold your wife's hand and her friend's hand at the same time.
Yeah, and I'm building favorites. All the guys are fucking lame. Like, the girls to me are kind of expected to be lame, but then they'll bring the dudes there. The dudes will sit there and like listen to these chicks complain and fucking whine, and it's great TV when the chicks do it, but when the guys just sit there, it's like, you pathetic pussies. Like, if I should probably watch it around in George's house, but like, if she was doing that much like public complaining and that much like bickering pettiness with her friends, it's like, you need to chill the fuck out. You need to chill the fuck out. And you never get any of this with these guys. They like interact with the girls like they're one of them. It's like, yeah, your friend doesn't value what you bring to the table, and you're getting, I don't know, you're getting taken advantage of by Demi and Sarah. And it's just like, dude, you are getting far too into the weeds on this, bro. You need to go watch sports and just nod whenever they bitch you about it. That's how boyfriends should handle it.
This is fucking bullshit. I'm renouncing my Mormon religion. I'm becoming a pirate.
Yeah, cowboys can't be Mormons.
Well, while we're talking about this, I have been in such a drive for more F1 content. I've started to watch the F1 Academy show on Netflix.
The hell is that?
It's about the girls racing league, but I didn't realize until I was halfway through the second episode that every single one of them was under 18. So it's basically a teenage girl show, and it's geared that way.
That's perfect for you as a teenage girl. You guys don't have a cool fucking F1 racing chair like I have. Would you ever be interested in doing, like, if this podcast was popular and somebody at F1 was like, hey, I hear world famous Shuddy Boy likes F1, and they brought you down to the track, would you want to drive one of those cars?
I mean, of course I would. They would never let me or anyone else do it because they're millions of dollars. But I would love to be chased around on in the starting grid by Martin Brundle for him to shove the mic in my face and ask me how I'm enjoying my F1 weekend.
I love
Yes, I
it, Martin
would.
Grundle.
F1 is I don't watch it, but just like the concept of it is pretty fucking sweet. Like all the races are in like exotic locations. Like the racers are like good looking. They get hot chicks. They make tons of money. Like it's fucking.
All right,
It's
we're
kind
coming
of
to you. We got
sweet.
the action here at Bowser's Castle.
Yeah, dude. Like they're fucking going to a race event in like in Monaco or Monte Carlo. Just like
Is
super rich people hanging out, super hot chicks. They have one in Miami that's probably fucking sweet if like you're a racer.
is Nicky Lauda? Is he F1?
Yeah.
That's
He
F1. Okay.
was, yeah. So Lewis Hamilton's estimated net worth is $3.9 billion.
What?
Yeah. He was dating either a Jenner or like one of the Hadid sisters.
Caitlyn Jenner?
Like no, I don't think it was her. But
Lewis
I
Hamilton.
think it was
I don't even know who that is. I have to Google. Lewis Ilton.
Rumored to be dating
Wow.
Sofia Vergara
He's fucking
at the
young.
moment.
yeah.
And he's a billionaire just from doing F1, or is he like a trust fund
Yep.
kid?
Nope.
No, dude. No, these guys make crazy money. Like it's crazy money.
So
Damn.
Kendall Jenner, Rihanna, okay. So let's see. 2002, Danielle Lloyd. Okay, 2015, Gigi Hadid. Same year, Rihanna and Kendall Jenner.
Just
Rita
waxing
Ora,
A+ celebrities.
Nicki Minaj, Shakira, Sofia Vergara.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Like making serious money too. And like everywhere else in America where they go, they're like household names and people like will fucking go nuts when they show up places.
All right, Shuddy,
Like
do you know of a link where I can apply to be one of these racers?
like if fucking Lewis Hamilton came around where I was staying, no one would even know the fuck that guy was.
All right, coming around the bend on Yoshi's Island, it's a new racer, Kevin Kraft, and his 2018 Chevy Malibu Hybrid.
And they're actually pretty sick athletes, as crazy as it sounds. You might think like only sitting in a car, but their like reflexes are insane. They had one of the F1 drivers, I don't even know his name, do like one of these reflex tests with against Tyreek Hill, who's a Miami Dolphins wide receiver. He's like literally the fastest guy in football. Like it's insane how fast he is. And they did like the reflex test where there's a tennis ball in one hand or in both hands, and they drop the tennis ball, and whoever can catch it first or at its highest point wins. They just did it over and over. And this F1 guy fucking smoked Tyreek Hill. Again, this is one of the fastest players in the NFL, and he's a wide receiver. Kevin, you might not know what that means. It's the guy who catches the balls. That's what he does. He catches balls.
That's like I'm not a janitor. I'm a custodian. I'm not the ball catcher. I'm the fucking wide receiver. Get it right.
Okay. Did you know a wide receiver catches passes?
I mean, context clues, but that makes sense. He doesn't sound like the thrower.
Well, what do you think the tight end does?
He like protects that. He protects that guy.
I'm certain. Yeah, maybe bubble screens. So you had two guesses, and you kind of you had two different answers you could have gotten the question right with, and you chose none of them.
He kind of landed right in the middle of both of them.
I mean, in a technicality,
I am pretty mid.
You got you got that. No, a tight end blocks and is a wide receiver.
Yeah. Well, you guys just wait until they start televising fucking bumper cars, because I'm gonna be swimming in Shakira pussy.
Dude, I've seen this a lot on TV, and I should have. I don't doubt you have this channel. I don't even know what channel it's on, but if I see it again, I'll tell you about it. You know they have pillow fighting championships.
I do not, but you put that on the Ocho, and I'm watching it.
Where you got like brawling dudes like swinging pillows at each other in a fucking cage match.
It's dudes?
I'm sure there's girls, but it's like
I want to watch
they're
that one.
like wannabe like sick athletes. Like it's not like just two chodes with fucking pillows swinging them at each other. It's like people that should be playing a sport.
Well, let me ask you this: do they have to fight on a gigantic mattress?
I'm pretty sure it's a cage or some sort of like ring.
Well, that's stupid. It should be in a bed. But that's kind of funny. I imagine you get like if some just sick athlete whacks you with a pillow, like one whack, probably giving me a bloody nose.
Yeah,
I'd imagine. Well, I believe that is the show for you, ladies and gentlemen. And if that's bad news for you, if that bums you out, it doesn't have to be the end. You can go over to patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour and sign up because, oh boy, if you've never been behind that paywall, there is a mountain of content waiting for you. We've got a week every week we do a bonus shorter podcast after this show that posts there. We are balls deep in season 5 of Crafter Geoff Shuddy Edition, Dynamic Puos, which has been wonderful. As usual, having a blast. It is some of the most fun stuff that we put out. So if you're not listening to it, you know how self-deprecating I can be. If I'm telling you like you gotta fucking listen to this, you know it's good. I'm not trying to sell fucking magic beans over there. There's some good shit happening behind Patreon. So check it out. You already heard Geoff teasing that he's got some snack attacks coming up. Those are always incredibly enjoyable. Shuddy Boy and Dom are going to do a What the Fuck Did I Just Watch on Boat Trip. I can only imagine the horrible things they're going to have to report that happened in that movie. And then, tons and tons and tons of other fun stuff going on. So check it out. Patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. Help support the little guys. Now that Mark Maron's going away, there's more room. There's more room for us.
Yeah.
And
our popularity should increase now that we're filling the Mark Maron void.
Yeah. And if you would like to watch these episodes instead of just listening to them, youtube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. You got to see Jeff's form perfect crane kick.
Nailed that shit.
Yeah. Theater of the mind is always nice, but then you can zoom on over and see it for yourself. And what else? Oh, if you would like to see the short film that I directed, Waiting for Gosling, it is on the Bonus Level Productions YouTube page. Check it out. Just search Waiting for Gosling. It'll show up. There's nothing else called that yet. Subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. And if you would like to get yourself one of these wonderful Second Coming of John Cooper movie posters, just go to etsy.com/shop/John Cooper movie and score one, baby. Score it! You can also follow us on social media. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
At Geoff Records.
And at MSPH Podcast. And at John Cooper Movie, if you wouldn't mind. Jeff Clark, what do you have for everybody queued up on Outkick Bets with Jeff Clark?
Yeah, disappointing U.S. Open for me. No one had JJ Spawn, though. Literally no one on Golf Gambling Twitter had him, so I'm not that pissed off. Still doing well in that contest. But coming back this week, I'm going to talk about the Travelers Championship with Jeff Feinberg, Canadian, our neighbor to the north from Canada, and Outkick writer Golf Harris. Or Outkick Golf writer Mark Harris. His name's not Golf.
That would be sick.
That would be sweet, huh? You gotta be a golf writer if your first name's Golf. But
from now
that's
on,
what I got going on.
You gotta call Grandpa Clark Golf now. I'm just Golf.
Yeah, so I got that on the Outkick Bets podcast feed. It should be hitting the feed Tuesday night, so check that out.
Yeah.
Travelers Championship.
Do it up, friends. All right, everybody, thank you guys so much for listening and spending a little time with us. But until next time, something